Just tell us exactly about the verdicts and that have been handed down.
Yes, Jean-Emile. So as you said, of the 10 standing on trial this month, 8 judged guilty on various counts of armed robbery and abduction, possession of weapons or complicity in the assault. Of these 8, the 4 main suspects got 7 to 8 years of prison, of which 2 to 3 years are actually a probation period. If not respected, they will then be sent to prison for the remaining 5 years. And these are the mastermind, the deemed mastermind behind the heist, Alma Ait Kanash. He appeared tonight very weak in court. He is partially mute and partially deaf man, and of course his reaction was one of defeat and sadness. And also Didier Dubroc, who was too ill to be present today, he is currently undergoing chemotherapy, was also sentenced to 7 years in prison, guilty of abduction and kidnapping. Now there were other accomplices who were sentenced to up to 4 to 5 years in prison, charged with complicity in an armed robbery. Now these accused will be put on a probation period first. As I said, if it is not respected, they will then be sent to prison. And during this probation period, they are not allowed to be in contact with any of the other co-authors of the heist, nor be in possession of any weapons, nor, of course, enroll on another path of committing any other offences, so their risk of re-offending will constantly be monitored. Now, only 2 of the defendants were fully acquitted. This is because the court deemed there was not enough evidence, not enough elements for the jury to provide a verdict and say that they were guilty. But all in all, very heavy sighs tonight in the courtroom. At the beginning, there was a lot of anxiety. In fact, the anxiety was palpable, especially from the family and the friends sitting on the public benches, and also the journalists on the journalist benches. So this verdict tonight has closed what is one of the most sensational celebrity crime cases in recent memory.
And Liza, we're also getting word from Kim herself saying she's deeply grateful to the French authorities. She's also said the crime was the most terrifying experience of her life. It left a lasting impact on her and her family. You mentioned all those reactions in the courthouse. If you can just take us back to the events and remind our viewers exactly what happened to Kim that led to this outpouring of emotion. For someone who's such a big star on the international stage, this has still left a very deep impact on her as a human being.
Indeed. So Kim Kardashian was in the courtroom herself just last week, where she came to testify, a very emotional testimony. She recalled that night in October 2016 when 3 men entered her room while she was packing and dressed in simply a bathrobe. And she recalled feeling terrified and questioning whether this was a terrorist attack, and also fearing that perhaps she would be raped or killed. And she described being bound, her mouth being taped shut, and the overwhelming fear of what will happen next. And the megastar said that terrifying night reshaped her entire life. She no longer posts on social media in real time. She struggles to sleep at night without constant security, and she never wears expensive jewelry anymore in public. And so the judge in this court did take a moment at the very end to remind all of those now sentenced to prison, those sentenced to many years in prison, that they inflicted, although no blood was shed, they inflicted fear. They inflicted fear on their victims, they inflicted trauma on their victims, and he reiterated that this is something to really keep in mind, and did tell them to please stay vigilant. Again, they were notified that if they do not respect the probation period, they will be sent to jail. Now, again, looking at their reactions, they seemed they seemed very determined to respect the probation period, but we will have to see what happens next.
Apologetic to say the least. Liza Kaminov, thank you so much. And I'm sure we'll be getting more reaction from the court and from Kim and her family themselves. As always, Liza Kaminov, thank you so much